Shalom to all my Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters out there. For those of y'all that don't know me, my name is Ignashariah Yahweh Yasharallah, which means God punished the evil. Judah, Israel. Okay? So that's my name. Ignashariah, which means God punished the evil. Alright? And the Yahweh Yasharallah is particular to the tribe I come from, which is Judah of the nation of Israel. So what I'm going to be speaking about today is pertaining to the strange woman that the Most High warned us about. And this is very important, the strange woman, because you might have a situation where a woman who is that strange woman that lives that life according to the scriptures pertaining to that strange woman, even though you may have a legitimate non-sexual relationship with this person, it could be a total righteous friendship on your behalf of trying to help this person to some degree. At the same time, we got to remember what the Most High said too, about the strange woman. Regardless of how you feel and your compassion to this woman, when she's living that certain lifestyle, you cannot be with that woman. Okay? You have to draw her into you and have her to go down the path that you're walking down if you're trying to edify this woman. You're not going to be able to edify her walking with her while she's living that life, because you can get caught up in a bad situation. So the scriptures is real, man. The scriptures is true. The Most High is not playing, man, when it comes down to His word, and when it comes down to your salvation. You are light to the world, and people are looking at you and watching you, even though they might not know what's truly in your heart pertaining to that certain individual, that strange woman. Your intentions might be good, but when people on the outside is looking at you, they not viewing it as that. They looking at it as something else. Whatever's going on in their mind at the time, which can be detrimental to you, and your safety. So we're gonna get into these scriptures real quick, and I'm gonna try to keep it as short as I can. So we're gonna start with we're gonna go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 first. Book of Proverbs, chapter 4, and we're going to start at verse 4. Okay? So, and it reads, it says, "Hear ye, children, the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law." Okay, now that's the Most High speaking to the Israelites. When it says, "Hear ye children the instruction of a father." Okay, the Most High, it's our Father. Okay, we are His children. Okay, we are the children of Israel. So He's like a father to us, okay? And He'll chastise us too when we are being disobedient. So we got to remember what the scripture says. And I'm going to read it again. It says, "Hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. So everything pertaining to these scriptures, man, we can't forsake them, man. You know, we got to have a full understanding, you know, of his word. So that's the one thing that we, you know, got to grasp a hold to, man. You know, that we got to keep his instructions. Now we're going to go to Proverbs chapter 5. And we're going to start at verse 1. It says, My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding. So we got to attend to his wisdom. It means we got to meditate on his word, like the scripture says. You know, we got to meditate on his word. We just can't be a hearer of the word. We got to be a doer of the word. You know, he says, my son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding. So you got to bow your ear to his understanding. So when wisdom crieth out in the streets, when the words of the Most High come out, you got to give full attention to his word. Chapter 2, verse 2, I'm sorry. So we have Proverbs chapter 5, and now we at verse 2. That thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. Because understanding his word and that wisdom, man, and that knowledge, that's going to give you a high level of understanding, so you can use discretion as you walk through this life. You know, so that's one thing that we really need, man, to use discretion out here. And how do we, you know, use discretion properly? Is understanding the Most High's words, you know, keeping his laws and keeping his commandments. You know, this is going to give us that discernment. We're going to go to verse 3 now. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. Yeah. You know, the words that come from the strange woman, man, what the Most High say, they drop as a honeycomb, man. You know, the words sound sweet, they sound good. You know, that enticement, man. You know, her mouth is smoother than oil. You know, she's slick, she's cunning, very deceitful. Alright? So you gotta be aware of that. You know, when this strange woman, man, is in your ear spitting all this honeycomb, you know what I'm saying? She's spitting some smooth stuff to you, man. You know, that's smoother than oil. You know, and a lot of Jakes out there, Jake is short for Jacob. So a lot of Jakes out there, man, they, you know, they're easily to be led astray by that woman, man. You know, because like the Most High said, man, her words drop as a honeycomb. And her mouth is smoother than oil. So we got to use discretion on that to be able to identify this woman when she approaches you. We're going to go to verse 4. It says, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Alright? That right there really needs no, you know, breaking down for you to understand that verse. That should be easily understood. It says, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Alright? So, in the end, when you find out about this woman, man, she, you know what I'm saying, she's going to be bitter towards you, man. You know? It's going to be something that you ain't even going to like the taste of that woman, man. Just, you know, something about her, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to like. You know? And her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. You know? Sharp as a two-edged sword, man. That means from every direction she coming at you, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, harm you. It would probably take their life, man. You know, that's that strange woman, man, that the Most High is warning us about, man. Smooth words, man, drop like a honeycomb, man. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, he said that she's bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword, man. You know what I'm saying? And what is a sword? A sword is destructive, man, to destroy you with. You know? So that woman, man, is her pathway leads to destruction, man, like the Most High just said. We're going to go to verse 5. It says, her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. That's deep right there, man. You read that verse one more time. It's verse 5. All right? In Proverbs chapter 5, verse 5. It says, her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. Verse 6. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Okay? Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. You know, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. So you sitting up, you perplexed, you know, about her. You know, and you pondering the path of life. You know, should you stay righteously with the Most High, or should you follow behind this woman, being a man enticed by her, and the desire that's in your heart to have sex with this woman, you know, if that's your intention, you know, you pondering, should I do this, should I not? Like, am I going to wind up catching some type of venereal disease? Is she married? Does she got a boyfriend? You know, is she going to try to steal my wallet when it's, you know what I'm saying, if we get a room or whatever, she going to try to steal my wallet, let some people in the room hurt me. You know, you taking a chance. You know, pondering the path of life. You know, gambling with your life with these strange women. Alright? It says her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Okay? Her ways are movable. She's constantly moving from one man to the next, from one man to the next. You don't know what she's gonna do, or what she got planned, or what's going on in her mind, because she's to and fro, you know, constantly, you know, and that's another issue, you know, with these women, man. You don't know, like the Most High said, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. You know, you don't know what this woman is planning, man, because she's constantly is coming up with schemes, you know, with plots and plans, you know, and you're a part of that plot. You know, you're a part of that scheme. You know, she's scheming on you like she schemed on the last man when she set him up. You know, she's scheming on the next man she gonna get and how she gonna do it. You know, lest thou should ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Okay? You ain't gonna know what this woman got planned. You might have it in your mind, you pondering the path of life, but you don't know what this woman got set up for you until you get to the end, like the Most High said. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword, man. You know? So the best thing to do is to stay away from the type of strange women, man, them harlots, man. Even if your righteousness towards her is to try to bring her into the words of the Most High, you can't do it following up behind her. Okay? She has to be willing to come and learn in the proper manner, in the proper environment. Okay, now we're going to go to verse 7. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. So you gotta, like, you listen to your father. Your father tell you something, tell you to do it, and you know he mean it. you're going to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that chastisement going to come behind you. You're going to do what he say. That's the same thing with the Most High, man. You know, hear me now, therefore, ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. So, we can't stray away. You know, everything pertaining to the strange woman, all of the wisdom that the Most High gives us pertaining to these individuals, we got to keep it down to the letter. Verse 8, remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house. Remove thy way far from her. Okay? Like I was saying, you can't follow up behind her. You got to remove thy way far from her. So when this strange woman approach you, and you know I'm talking about the Jezebel and harlots, so-called hood rats, bust downs, whatever you want to call them, man, instead of you running and head first into them, you know what I'm saying, you seeking them out, hoping to find one. What did the Most High say? He said, remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house. Don't go near her. Verse 9, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Okay? Lest thou give thine honor unto others. It's going to set you up and take what's yours and give it to somebody else, man. A pimp. Or the niggas that's going to kick in that door to that motel and take what's yours, man. You know what I'm saying? Your wallet, your jewelry, your phones, man, whatever you got. You know, what did the Most High say, man? He said, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. You know, just being with her, man, you could be in a situation where you might get locked up. She might set you up, just being with her. You know, she in possession of drugs or weapons or something like that, and you get caught up in the car with her, you got her in your car, she got drugs on her, she got weapons on her, then guess who going to jail? You is. So lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Give your years unto the cruel, man. That's sitting up in prison, man, sitting up in jail. You know what I'm saying? For years, man, dealing with cruelty, man. You know, dealing with them officers inside the prison system, man, the police, the warden, or whomever, man, that's in those establishments, man. You know, and the inmates, man, they be cruel to you, man. You know, all because you were chasing up behind a strange woman that the Most High warned you through the scriptures, man, to remove thy way far from her, but you chose not to. You chose to seek her out, man. So now all these things pertaining to the scriptures that the Most High warns you about that happened to you, they're gonna befall upon you. You know? So now we're going to go to Proverbs chapter 6. And we're going to start at verse 23. It says, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life. Okay? For the commandment is a lamp, man, so you can see your way through the darkness, man. So you won't be stumbling and falling, man. You have perfect vision, man, and see what's ahead of you. And the law is light. The same thing, man. You know, that light, man, give you sight of everything, man. So you can see what's around you and what's going on, and know where you need to go and what you need to do. You know, that's the commandments, the laws, and the commandments of the Most High, man. That's a light unto Israel. You know, we're supposed to live by these, man, so we can have a full understanding of life, man, and to see the pitfalls, man, that's ahead of us. And reproofs of instructions are the way of life. Okay? So it might take you to go through something in order for you to remember the instructions of the Most High. You know, it might take something that's gonna get your attention, man. A reproof, man, that might happen to you. You know, to get you to see the error of your ways, man. You know, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life. You know, so just like we going over these scriptures now, man. These are instructions, man. These are reproofs of instructions, man. These are our way of life, man. What's life, man? Life means to live, to be in existence, man. So these scriptures give us life, man. They give us our existence, man. All right? So anything in opposition to the reproofs and the instructions and the laws and the commandments of the Most High is going to be the opposite of life, man, and that's death. All right? So we got to stay strong and hold on to the instructions of the Most High, man. All right? That's our life. That's the life that the Most High gave us, man. That's our heritage and our culture. All right? Keeping these laws, keeping these commandments. This is what gives us our power, man. All right? This is what keeps us alive. All right? Because a lot of people out here dying. 2/3 of our people out here dying, man, because they fail to keep the reproofs of instructions, man. All right? Now we're going to go to verse 24. It's Proverbs 6, verse 24. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. All right? So that light, man, laws and commandments, man, you know what I'm saying, is to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. You can even be married to a whore. You know, not from the beginning. She probably was giving you the impression that she was righteous and God-fearing and all that, and she was a virtuous woman and all that. But then when her true color, when her horns show, you know, you're gonna learn something. It says, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. All right? Taking everything you got. You know what I'm saying? That's what these hoes out here do, man. They try to take everything you got. You don't have nothing for yourself, man. You brought down to a piece of bread. You know what I'm saying? She walking around with a 7-course meal, and you walking around with a piece of bread. You know what I'm saying? That's that child support. You know, a good man that got caught up with a whore's woman, sleeping with everybody in the world, you know, and she done brought him down to a piece of bread because he got to pay child support to her every night while she have a 7-course meal with the nigga that she was cheating on with. It said, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. You know, she didn't even try to take your life, man. That's your wife. She's a whore. You know, she's an adulterer, man. You know, especially when you find out, you know what I'm saying, that this is the type of woman that she is, she's gonna try to destroy you. You know? Because the cat's out the bag, then she gonna show you her true colors, man. And not only, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life, that's also pertaining to the men that she's sleeping with, that she's cheating on you with. She's hunting for their precious life, because what did the Most High say? You know, he said that her ways lead, her pathways lead to death, man. And the guys that sleeping with her don't know that. You know, they thinking they finna have a good time and have another strike in their book on somebody that they don't hit. But they don't know that this woman is leading them down to the pathways of death, man. You know, for committing adultery with a married woman. You know? Let's go to verse 27. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes and not be burned? You know, that woman, man, her path leads to hell, like the Most High said. You know, pathway leads to hell, man. Leads to death. You know, can you take her in your bosom? You know, can you take fire in your bosom, man? And his clothes and your clothes not be burned? You know, she that fire, man, holds her near to you, and you do what you do with her, man. You gonna get burned. You know what I'm saying? Not just from VD or AIDS or HIV or anything like that, but that eternal fire, man. If you don't repent of what you did, you know. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes and not be burned? It's a consequence, man, for dealing with these women, dealing with these strange women, dealing with these whorish women, dealing with these adulterers, man. It's a penalty for that. Now we're going to go to verse 28. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. But whoso committeth adultery, I'm sorry, I'm going down, I went from verse 29, now I'm going down to verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. So all you so-called players and pimps out there, man, y'all think y'all got the game sold up because y'all knocking this female and hitting this female. You done had sex with this man's wife, blase and skippy. But what did the Most High say? He said, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. You lack understanding, man. You lack knowledge and wisdom, man, which means you stupid. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. So you destroying your own soul, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's that eternal damnation, man, from the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to be a player all your life, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to be sleeping with another man's wife all your life, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to be, you know what I'm saying, an adulterer. Especially if you married and you got a wife at home and you out sleeping with all these women and sleeping with other married women, you stupid. And you're going to destroy your own soul, man. Let's go to verse 33. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. So a wound and dishonor shall he get. You know, just like that man who was righteously trying to deal with that strange woman, trying to deal with that harlot, and was trying to be a true friend of her and help her in certain ways, like giving her clothes, and giving her shoes, and giving her food, you know, and trying to put in her mind the words of the Most High. The Most High said, stay far away from that woman, man. You know, don't follow her path. Don't go nowhere around her. You know, if you're gonna teach her, like I said, you gotta bring her into an environment where she can be taught at, and instead of following her around, you know, following her path with her while she's living the lifestyle that she's living, because you think when this situation pop up, you can try to tell her this and tell her that, but it don't work like that. You can put yourself in a harmful situation, man. What did the Most High say? A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Okay, so that's those men that's sleeping with these harlots, man, that's sleeping with these married women. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. You know, and even with a man that's simply trying to be righteous towards this woman, man, you could wind up getting a wound, man, and dishonor, man. Alright? I can speak that firsthand. Okay? I can speak that firsthand. With having some guy run up behind me one night when I wasn't paying attention, because I was dealing with this strange woman, like the scriptures calls her, and I was truly trying to help her. She claimed that she wanted to get clean and she, was tired of living the lifestyle that she's living. So I was going to take her up under my wing and try to edify her. Give her the clothes, give her the shoes, and trying to show her that there's some good men in the world that just don't want to take advantage of her. But when a person is on drugs and out there selling their body, man, it's just so much you can do for them, man. They really gotta want to change, and it's something that they're gonna have to do on their own. Even though you extend a helping hand, and you, like I said, you with this woman, and she wants you to meet her over here, meet her over there, blind skip it, this, that, and the third, and you thinking that this might be an opportunity where you might say the right thing at that particular time that might spark something in her brain and make her want to change, but it don't work like that. Like the Most High said, a wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. And like I say, you men out there that's sleeping with these women, and that woman that you trying to deal righteously with, trying to help, she could actually be married, and her husband or boyfriend or whatever might see you with her, one day, one night, and think it's something going on between y'all when it's not. You just legitimately trying to be a good friend of her and help her. But they ain't viewing it like that, man. And that jealousy kick in, man. Nigga run up behind you, man, and, you know what I'm saying, bust you in your shit. You know what I'm saying? And try to kill you, man, because of that jealousy, man. Because that's what's in his mind, that you messing around with his girl. So we got to be weary of that, man. Just stay away from them. Period, man. If they want to change, they truly want to change, then they'll be willing to come to you and talk with you in an environment that's healthy for that type of situation. All right, now we're going to go to verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Like I say, man, the husband, the boyfriend, or whatever, see you with that woman. What did the Most High say? For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. That means that man bent on destroying you, man. Alright? Whether you just a good friend of hers or you trying to have sex with her, it's all the same to them. They don't care. Alright? They want to do something to you. They want to hurt you, man. Because you with that woman. Alright, now we're going to go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 31. And we're going to start at verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. So who can find a virtuous woman? That's a question. If that's got to be a question, then that means there's something wrong. You should be able to find a virtuous woman. Point blank. But what did the Most High say? Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. So a virtuous woman is hard to find. And her price is far above rubies, man. That means she's precious in your eyes, man. Okay? The price is far above rubies, man. And that's hard to find. A woman that got those qualities of a virtuous woman, man. That you can uphold and say, man, she tore my car up. I don't care about that car. I love my wife. When you got that type of love in your heart for that woman, man. And don't nothing else matter outside the world. You know what I'm saying? But you put your wife over anything material. You know, anything that's a distraction that'll keep you away from that woman, you ain't gonna want to deal with. Like these women out here, you know, that try to have sex with you know, because you got a beautiful wife. And a lot of women is bent on destroying a family because they don't like your wife. So to get to your wife or to hurt your wife or whatever, they'll come at you, try to have sex with you. When they have sex with you, they go on by their business hoping that they break y'all up. You know? So you put her above these other women, man, because like the Most High said, man, her price is far above rubies, man. Alright? Okay, now we go into verse 11. Okay, Proverbs 31. And we're going to go to verse 11. It says, the heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Your heart, you know, is your thoughts, your thinking, what you meditate on. It's your mind. That's your heart. Your heart is your mind. So the heart of her husband does safely trust in her. So when she leave the house and go to work or whatever, you ain't worrying about what she's doing because you trust in her. Because you know she's a virtuous woman, man. And you ain't worrying about her doing nothing. Alright? And that's what it is, man, when it comes down to a man and a woman, man. This is how we are supposed to live toward one another, being Israelites. You know, it's that love. We're supposed to have that genuine love for our mates, man, for our spouses, man. You know, when your wife leave the house, you ain't supposed to be sitting up worrying about what she doing or where she going, or how long she been gone. You know, why she coming back to the house smelling like cologne, why her hair messed up. You know, why her underwear is turned out on the other side. You know, you shouldn't have to worry about these things, man. You know, but some of us do and have. You know, our hearts wasn't right. You know, mentally we wasn't right because we wasn't dealing with a virtuous woman, man. And she'll come home and flat out lie to you, man. You know, your woman coming home, your wife coming home, lying to you, and you know she lying, man. That's not love, man. That's not love, man. You know? And you can put a woman away for that, for being an adulterer, man. Like the scriptures say, man, you could put that woman away. You know, you can give her a letter of divorcement, man, and let her be going about her business, man. I mean, who needs to have a troubled mind? You know, who needs sorrow? You know, who needs that type of stress in their life, man? Be unhappy all the time because you subjecting yourself to being with a woman that you know don't love you. You know, why would you want to put yourself through that? Alright? What did the Most High say? He said, the heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. So if that woman ain't doing you good, man, lying to you, and she being evil towards you, man, it's not a virtuous woman. Alright? She's not being faithful to you. Alright? These are all the things that an adulterous woman does, man. Alright? She ain't doing you no good. You know? She being evil towards you. You know, it's not a virtuous woman, man. If she'll lie to you, there ain't no telling what else she doing. You know, a virtuous woman ain't gonna lie to you, man. She gonna be honest with you. You know, your heart gonna safely trust in her and what she say to you. You're gonna trust in what she say because you know she telling you the truth. Now we're going to go to verse 12. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. What did the Most High say about that virtuous woman? She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. We're going to go to verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. Okay? That means she's gonna be a hard worker, man. Being a helpmate to you. You know what I'm saying? But if she's sitting around, ain't doing nothing, watching soap operas, you know, ain't trying to help with the household duties like washing the dishes and making sure your meal is prepared when you get home from work. She ain't gave the kids a bath or none of that, man. It's not a virtuous woman. What did the Most High say? She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. You ain't got to make her do nothing. She gonna be willing to do it. You ain't gonna have to tell her. She gonna automatically know what to do as far as being a helpmate to you and making life easier for you, your kids, and your family household. You know, you don't have to tell her nothing. You don't have to argue with her. You know, you don't have to keep repeating the same thing over to her again and again. She can already know what to do. You ask her one time to do something, she'll be, that virtuous woman will do it with no problem. 14. It's Proverbs 31, chapter 4, verse 14. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. Okay? So she'll go all out of her way to make sure that your needs are met. You know? Some women won't go a half a block to make sure your needs is met. Alright? There's always going to be an issue. There's always going to be a problem. There's always going to be this and that. You know? Like, say for instance, you come home from work. She's supposed to have a meal ready for you. But instead of her having a meal ready for you, you ask her, baby, what did you cook? She say, what, cook? Nigga, you better go in there and make your ass a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? A woman who tells you something like that, you've been at work all day and she been at home doing nothing, and she been eating all day long, you know, probably catering to her boyfriend when he came over there, probably even cooked him something. But you come home, she tell you, oh, go in the kitchen and make a sandwich. You know, it's not a virtuous woman, man. She wicked and she evil. Alright? Okay, what the Most High say? She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. Verse 15. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. So she rises also while it is yet night. When you come in from work, when the kids come in from school or whatever they, you know, been doing, when they come in from the outside and saying it's nighttime or whatever, you know, you coming in late from work. What did the Most High say? She rises also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household. She gonna make sure you eat. Alright? She gonna make sure that she's taking care of you. Alright? Because she loves you. You've been working hard all day. You know. And you come home and she tell you, baby, I left a plate in the refrigerator for you. Matter of fact, she'll get up like the Most High says. She'll rise while it's yet night and give meat to her household. So while you getting out your work clothes, getting your bath ready, she heating up your food, making sure it's nice and hot for you. And when you get ready for it, she's going to bring you your plate to eat, man. That's a woman that loves you. Okay, so we got one more verse, and we're going to go to the book of Hosea, and that is chapter 4, verse 11. The book of Hosea. Chapter 4, verse 11. And it reads, whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. So whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. So just say you had a barbecue with your family, had a family reunion, whatever, birthday party, or just a get together at one of your friends' house, and you know how that old house record go. There's some hoes in his house. There's gonna be some hoes in the house. You know? So what did the Most High say? He said, whoredom and wine and new wine taketh away the heart. So you might be a good man, faithful to your wife. Or you might be a wife hanging out with some of your friends or your family over somebody's house or whatever, or one of your friends, your wherever, you know, and there's some hoes in there. Niggas is hoes too, you know. And what did the Most High say? I'm gonna repeat it again. Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. So you got this gathering and all these hoes up in there, and you drinking, and they drinking, everybody up in there drunk, and the Most High say, that takes away the heart. I mean, that takes away your mind, all right? You're not in your right mind at the time. You know, when you're drunk, you ain't thinking straight, you know? So one thing could lead to another, you know. Now you drunk, now you making Google eyes. They smiling at you. They throwing compliments at you. You know, you drunk.